See if you can reestablish how you create your sense of value. That See if you can look inside and look at how you determine your self-worth. That there are things in your life that you hold valuable. A lot of those things are the things that you did for yourself, and that can be a good starting point for determining your self-worth. And it's important, I think, and it will help you create momentum for yourself. And I really think it'll help you bring some peace about if you can get to a place where your sense of self-worth is actually determined by you. And yet it does not create entitlement. So that you have like a high sense of self-worth, but you do not cultivate a sense of entitlement that goes with it. Um, Actually, you can actually cultivate humility underneath a heightened sense of self-worth, and it's actually easier to do than when you're having a low self-worth. Low self-worth is very dangerous, and I think that a lot of people don't understand that have a low sense of self-worth, that you might not understand the impact that you could be having on the people around you. And when you have a low sense of self-worth, your behavior reflects that, and a lot of times it's completely without you being conscious of it, but your behavior is reflecting that you have a low sense of self-worth. And there's a lot of examples. I mean, this is definitely not new material, but the thing is that when you just socially, even that when you're speaking and you're walking around with this constant need to understand your self-worth, it means that you're dependent on it, and you begin to need validation. And it is not, it sounds like, like it's some major flaw, but it's really not, it's all about initiating a progression away from that thinking. And so, like it can help to identify it. And if the template that you're using is anyway based on economics, like with supply, demand, comparison, competition, those type of principles, that means that just like any marketplace, that there's going to be ups and downs in the supply and demand. Like, we may be very beautiful in our youth, and then if we tie our sense of value to our physical beauty, no matter how like great we stay in shape, we'll be old to somebody. You know what I mean? Like someone will see that we are actually our age. And so, to continue to feel good about something, in ourselves, it helps if we can determine a value that will be independent of the other things that happen around us, you know. And I'm talking about our soulful sense of value and our soulful sense of purpose here. If there's if we're using a system that has that is constantly unstable, then it leads us to being unstable. So how we get a system that will help us determine it is like for me, it really comes down to what we were brought in here with. And I was brought in here with from the moment I breathed, I was brought in here with a connection to the rest of the world. And that's my value, is that like I provide a connection to the rest of the world, and that's the same value that everybody has. I'm not unique in that. In fact, that's kind of what makes us all equal, is that we all have access to this thing, this energy of life, and that's our value. Now, as far as anyone else is concerned, that's my value, no matter what I do. For myself, then, for my self-determined value, then it's, what have I done with that experience? What have I done with that connection? And how can I, find and study like myself and my skills and my talents and all these things to gain experience through that connection, to invest myself in that connection. And when I do, those experiences to me, and I think for everyone, are so much richer, and they become independent. You know, like the time that you helped a family with their car, that was broken down or something, that you carried them, that was significant, and that was helpful, and that was good, and that added value, for a second to your experience. It's something that you felt good about. You didn't do it to feel good about it, but it is giving value to your life. So I hope this helps.